So here we have a new 2024 Chevy Tahoe. This one comes in the RST trim level. We do get four-wheel drive with this one. The color is Summit White, and then we have the jet black with Victory Red leather interior. Powertrain consists of a 5.3-liter naturally aspirated V8, and that's made it to a 10-speed automatic transmission. Not any noticeable changes as opposed to the 23 model so far, but we're gonna go over it anyway. Front end here, we get LED daytime running lights along with LED headlamps. And I've always liked the look of the RST just with how aggressive it looks overall, especially with the wheels, and we'll get to those in a minute, but love the blacked out badging, the gloss black grille. Now these are gonna be premium 22-inch painted wheels. Passive keyless entry on all four doors. Power door lock controls, power windows. We get memory seat functions. Power mirrors are there. No blind spot monitors on this one in particular. This one's a pretty basic RST. No packages or anything included on this one. We do get that standard 9-speaker Bose sound system. Then over here, lane keeping system, parking sensors, auto stop. We do have four-wheel drive here, but just four-wheel high. We don't have that low there. And then the headlamp controls, the electronic parking brakes there. Hood release, manual tilt and telescoping steering wheel. And there's our power driver seat. And then we also have our two-way power lumbar support. But I have that seat up front adjusted for someone of my size, being 6'3" with longer legs. So we're gonna take a look at that rear leg room. Our toe figures are right there. Let's go ahead and check this out. Now this one has the bench seat standard, so I'm gonna go ahead and scoot this back. So that's as far as that'll go there. And pretty good leg room back here, being 6'3" with longer legs, sitting behind myself. Seat back pockets are on both sides. Rear AC controls are there. You have two USB-C charge ports and then a 3-prong 120-volt plug-in there. Just to show that off. That's how that looks. We can change air direction, temperature, and all of that. Bottle holders there. And there's a look at the front end. But that kind of shows you with the seat up compared to the seat back. And then the third row is back there. So this is an 8-passenger setup. There's a USB-C port over there with bottle holders, and then the same thing over on this side. It's a better look at it instead of the headrest. Let's go ahead and make our way towards the back. Maybe we can hang a hanger or two there. Fuel filler. Now as we come around to the back end, I like that. I would replace all the bulbs LED, as I say on all these Tahoe reviews. Then trailing hitch is integrated. Spare tires there. And then there's a look behind the third row, which we can also fold down if we want to. And that's just a difference between the space when the seat's up and when it's folded down. So it does help out quite a bit. We have another 3-prong plug-in there, which is always nice. Little storage underneath. And then we're gonna fold down this second row as well. You can just fold that into the floor. And I love how it does that. It just meshes with that third row, and you can see the space difference. So this thing can haul quite a bit if you fold both rear rows down. But big shout out to Chevrolet Buick GMC of Murfreesboro for allowing me to review this Tahoe RST today. I'll leave a link below in the description. But sticker price isn't bad for this, $69,295. You are missing quite a bit because it has no packages or options, but standard it comes with quite a bit. So and here's our power front passenger seat. We also get that lumbar support there, which is nice. Side pocket here, lockable glove compartment. And then as we come back around to the front, quick look in the engine bay. There's that 5.3 liter V8. Let's go ahead and hop in the driver's seat. So leather wrap steering wheel there. There's the horn. Over here to the screen, we do get this, I think it's a 10.2 inch Google Assistant screen. So we have Google Maps with a subscription. For audio, we have AM, FM, XM, along with Bluetooth. And then we have Amazon Alexa, podcasts, Google News. You also get that wireless CarPlay, Android Auto compatibility. But I like how this screen is set up here. Everything that you would need is pretty easy to get to. And then we do get dual zone automatic climate controls, which we can control from the screen here, or we have buttons and knobs down below. So there's that. And it's pretty intuitive on the screen, pretty fast. And again, you can do that either from down here or the screen. We also have 3-stage heated seats. We can either do the seat back or the seat back and seat bottom. Rear climate controls are here. Just hit that to turn the whole system off, or you can do it from the screen again. Now we do get a Wi-Fi hotspot. Settings are in here. So we can go to our vehicle settings. You have access to teen driver, buckle to drive, and the rear seat reminder. If you want to change your system settings, you can go in here and change the language. Different accessibilities there. And there's that home page as well. Now there's your backup camera, guidelines, follow you, turn the steering wheel. And the picture's not the best, but I do like the guidelines, so it's not like you have to see everything in HD to make sure you're not gonna hit it. Hazards are here. Little storage pocket in there. Now over here is the shifter, so it's gonna be all pretty much push buttons. So press P for park, pull up there for reverse, press N for neutral, pull up there for drive, and then you have your limiter there, and you can switch the gears, and it'll show you in that bottom right-hand corner where they show the drive modes. And then speaking of which, I can change that by turning the dial right down here. So tow haul, sport, normal, and then off-road. Volume can be adjusted here. You can click that to mute. Down here, USB-C, USB-A port, 12 volt, wireless charging pad, bottle holders, and then your center console space. Pretty big USB-C, USB-A charge port there with a removable tray. You could probably put a whole person in if you wanted to. There's a quick look at the back seat from up here. And then universal home remote. You do have the LED dome lights here. And then you can control your lift gate from up here as well. I do like that we get the premium lights in the vanity mirror as well. And back to the steering wheel. Windshield wipers are here. You do get automatic wipers, so you can control the intensity of those there, low or high. And then you have your one time there, and then your rear wiper is here. So intermittent on, pull there for the fluid for the back, and then push on the side here for the front. High beam toggle is there, you can flash there. And then behind the steering wheel on the left side, we can go through our track list or radio station presets. And on the right side, we have volume up or down. Now we just get the standard cruise, so we can turn that on here, cancel, set the speed, adjust the gap adjust for the forward collision alert, and then voice recognition, mute button here. We can use the scroll bar and these arrows to go through our digital gauge cluster here. So I can scroll through all of that. Info page options, I can turn certain things on or off. And then if I go to the display layout, or the settings here, options, I'm sorry, I can change the display layout and all of that. And then I can change my units of measurement as well. So a pretty easy system to use overall just for the vehicle. Push button start. And then here is our key fob with remote start. But next, let's go ahead and take this 2024 Tahoe RST out on the road for a test drive. So starting the test drive here in this Tahoe RST, I've driven an RST Performance, I think it was a 23 model year, and that was just a bit quicker than this one was. The exhaust sounded much more muscular. but this still gets the job done with a 5.3 V8. More than enough power for most people who are in the market for one of these. And the 10-speed shifts pretty seamlessly, especially on the interstate. It's great to have that to maximize your fuel economy. But drives very well. These ride really good. They're not the most fuel efficient, but they are pretty capable. We'll give it a little pull here. So that was about a third throttle there. So pretty impressive in terms of the pickup you get. And again, that's not flooring it, that's not giving it too much. Now the lane keeping system here, it's not a lane centering, but it does keep you in the lines. And then we also have the distance indicator. So based on how close a vehicle is in front of me, or how close I am to the vehicle in front of me, I should say, that'll turn green or yellow based on the distance. But wind noise in here is pretty good. And the ride quality, again, is pretty stellar. Very comfortable. Now for this price point, I do think 70,000 is about spot on for what you get here. Comparing that to, I mean, an Expedition, and then if you wanted to go with something like a Sequoia or something, you're gonna be paying around the same money I'd expect. Even a QX80. But there's just something about the Tahoe for me. I feel like it's one of the better looking SUVs in the segment. And I feel like it doesn't try to be something it's not. You still have that 5.3 V8 that's been around for a minute, which gives you pretty good towing capacity. You don't have to worry about turbochargers. The fuel economy has never been stellar, but you can drive these lighter under certain conditions just because it is a V8 as opposed to having to get more power out of a twin turbo V6. But with the RST trim level, it's a bad looking ride in a good way. Very aggressive front end, I think, just in terms of the body lines, the wheels, the blacked out badging, all of that makes a difference comparing it to any other trim level and the Tahoes, and then pretty much any other SUV out on the roads. But I like how this one is equipped. It doesn't have a lot of extra options. I personally would just add the adaptive cruise control, maybe a sunroof, but in this interior where you don't have the roof, it doesn't get as hot as it would if you had like a glass roof. So you might not need the cooled seats as much. But again, just how expensive everything is. 70,000 is about average for an SUV like this, unfortunately. But I mean, it's still a Tahoe. It still rides well, still has good power, and it still has tons of capability, whether you're needing to haul 8 people, or whether you're needing to haul some material to fix up your house, or whether you need to tow something. You know, it's got you on all of those levels. So with that being said, this will bring me to the end of my review of this 2024 Chevy Tahoe RST.